Alright, today this is very different. Took a break from stuff and went into town. And this I want to share with you really quickly before I get into the main part of the video. I found this over the weekend, this block of Pokemon cards here. Somebody else found some at a Goodwill today. I was kind of disappointed that who grabbed it. They were they're kind of I don't want to say a jerk, but they're just kind of insensitive. They say some kind of weird things sometimes, and it just makes you feel like kind of mud sometimes. Because they're always trying to, I don't know, they're sometimes belittling you, or what you found. So are you going to keep that forever? Because there are people that are resellers, and they frown upon people keeping stuff. They think it's just dumb. They think it's dumb, you know, to hang on to stuff and not make money. So, I don't know, it's just kind of silly. But that's not what this video is about here. I basically went to Hobby Lobby because I hadn't been there in forever. People were talking about different things there. I don't know if they ever had cards. I didn't quite look. They had some Pokemon game packs. I'm not sure if they had the cards or what those things were. I didn't really take a look there. It was super busy because I guess their decor was 50% off or something like that, which happens quite often. There wasn't the crazy amount of picture frames that they used to have before, so I didn't see anything really that, I don't know, like they thinned out on a few things, but there were people grabbing all kinds of stuff. Unfortunately, there was a lot of things that didn't have prices on it, and the guy couldn't, I guess he didn't scan the barcode, I don't know what happened, but he couldn't figure out the price of them. So I told him, I said, well, the one that was $300 was $10. I said, okay, well, then that, I guess that's $4.99. So he charged me $4.99 for this. And this is the H.G. Harrison Company. It says, serving the collector since 1916. Collector's Mixture 150 unsorted United States postage stamps. And it says, bonus, over 100-year-old U.S. stamp included, 1870s 3-cent Washington. So that doesn't mean anything there. That just means it's old. So let's open this up here. So it opens up probably from the top here. They had, I think, 3 of these, and I just grabbed whatever. The one for $10 didn't look like that was all that great to me. So I've never opened up one of these here. There's some sort of, you know, junk here telling you what you, fan pack or something. You can get different kits here and starter kits, whatever. I don't need that, so let's not worry about that there. Let's open this up and be very careful. Now, what it didn't tell me here, okay, let's see what we have here. So, unsorted United States stamps. Now, one of the things I did not see on here, if it was on paper or off paper. So, unfortunately, collectors want stuff off paper. That way they don't have to deal with it already. So here is, in a tiny little envelope here, some sort of 1870s era stamp here. We'll be very careful with it here. Try to get this out of here. So if you don't have any access to these stamps, I think they're very little. You could probably find it on a postcard or some other kind of mail here. I'll have to double check and see if I have that in my book. I probably do. There's different varieties. This one has a nice G or 9 cancel on it. I want to say nice, but it's just kind of an interesting one. So that's kind of a little better. What does the picture look like here? Yeah, so that's what it's supposed to be. Fairly similar to that one there. Colors may vary on those. So unfortunately, it said there's a lot of mixed ones here, and a lot of these are on paper. So the first 2 stamps here are just off of regular pieces of mail that are just recent mail. So that's no good. And it looks like, okay, yeah, see, so there's an old Forever Sunflower stamp here. So far, what I've gotten here are stamps that would just go directly into the recycle bin. So it just clipped off of somebody's mail. So nothing. There's another one there. I don't know if they're supposed to be duplicates, but that's already a duplicate there. Here's an older one here. This one here is Emancipation Proclamation. It's got some slight canceling down on the bottom there, so it is used, but that is off paper. One of the few I've seen so far. Couple of more flags here, so nothing outstanding here. So far for the price, I could have just basically saved my stamps that I get from the letters and made up one of my own packs. Here's an old zip code one. Sometimes people cut these way too close and clip the stamps. That one is not. It's got kind of a obliterated with a cancel here. It's one of the old Forever Liberty Bells, I think. Or actually it says first class. I don't know if that was Forever. And then we got enough with the flags here already. Those are ones that don't even soak off very well. Here is a, what is this? A stamp Forever. Is that one of those Global Forevers? There's that one there. There's an older one, and I've used this stamp many, many times. Something about Detroit. I'm not sure. Or no, something about New York there. I can't read that one right there because it's got canceling on it, but something about Settlement of New York, I think is what that is. Then we have a U.S. Mail airplane here. Hopefully you'll be able to see these here well enough here. Old 6 center. Those are very, very common. These are not collectible. These old 70s Christmas stamps here. Those are not collectible. Nobody wants those. And same thing with these love stamps. Now there are different varieties for your books. So some of these kinds of stamps here, there are different varieties. Some of these are damaged. This one has got a piece of another stamp attached to it there. So those are no good. Not very many of these are even good for projects because I will say that some of them don't soak off the paper. Now this one's kind of interesting. Something envelope. I'm not sure what that says. 3 Eisenhowers right there. If that's who that is. And let's get to the rest of it here. Here's a 6 center here. There's another one here. Again, we've got to go a little faster here because I might be here all day. Another one of those. I may have already shown that one. Didn't realize that most of these are going to be junky forevers. So that's really disappointing. This is really not a good thing. The Harris Company should know better than that. Here's an old 1980s or 90s 25-cent stamp, early 90s. Alright, well, let's just keep going here. Here's another oldie. Unfortunately, the postcard was probably worth more than because that looks like the Brooklyn Bridge there. So somebody destroyed a nice Brooklyn Bridge postcard and for a stamp that's worth like a fraction of a cent. So this stamp here, if I was going to sell that one, I would probably charge 1 cent for that. Maybe 3 for a penny. So a lot of these would be like 3 for a penny stamps. There's a couple more forevers there that's not good there. Try to get there. There's 2, 3, my gosh, yeah, there's more flags than that 4th of July flags. A couple more forever type things. Well, actually, these are not forever. There's a 42 and a 37. No idea. There's another one of those. Those were so prevalent at one time. This is kind of a nice stamp. I don't know what it is, but it's some sort of spoily, sparkly stamp. I've never seen that. Forever USA, some sort of celebrate stamp there. And again, I just can't fathom more of this here. Here's Elizabeth Blackwell stamp here. That's pretty good. There are some cancels on there, but it is a pretty decent looking stamp there, so I'll double check and see if that's an upgrade to my collection here. The seashell stamps, those were ridiculously common back in like 88 or so. Washington stamp here has no value. Some of the old Washington type things you can soak and glue onto a corner of an index card and use that for a politician. Here's another old 1950s era type stamp there. Sorry if I can't see that there, but that's what that is. Okay, oh my gosh, this is gross. I didn't realize they were going to be on paper, and I did not realize that 90% of them were going to be forever stamps. Again, these are stamps that you can see in the mail to this very day. 13-cent Liberty Bell, I've had hundreds of those before. We at least have something recognizable. Sometimes people do put these stamps sideways so that it looks like that they're in jail. But there's Babe Ruth with the sidebars there. I don't know why they did it that way. That's very unusual. Flower. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can find anything interesting here. I was supposed to have a review of this, and it's not a great one here. It's terrible. Here, oh my gosh, look at this. This was squeezed in here. This is ridiculous. That was squeezed in there. That's crazy. That was folded over and squeezed in there. That's not great. That's terrible. Again, here's trying to find something interesting here. That's just, tore off somebody's letter. So ridiculous. They probably get these for next to nothing, by the bazillions because people donate these things to charities and what have you. Oops. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, let's see. Here's a 39 center here. At least that's a nice looking stamp there, but jeez. Here's an older one. Okay, this is a postage due stamp, and this one says Centralia, Washington on it, so that's a neat one with a nice little cancel there. So that's a savable one. It's not valuable, but it says postage due I think it's $1. So somebody needed an extra dollar on their letter and they didn't put that on there. That's a cool one. Again, it's a back of the book stamp. It doesn't have much more value than probably a nickel or so, but it presents well. Here's another one I've used many times. It's a nice example for a book there. That's what I was hoping to get, is mid-century stamps here. 70s, 80s, and before. I don't know, there's some junky stamp there. Now I'll get to the last pile here. Again, we have tons and tons and tons of these. Technical difficulties, yeah, sure. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, I'm going to spill on the floor here. So, sadly, almost every one of these is going to go right back where it came from, the garbage. But it's only $5 wasted. That's an upside down stamp there. The ever rare upside down stamps. Yeah, freedom stamp there. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, we got tons and tons of duplicates. I don't know if it says, let's see, I want to say how many duplicates. It says with duplicates, okay. Stamps shown. Okay, so it does show some of the stamps you can get here. So they did show that for everyone. So that's not scam there. They showed that there, but some of these other ones here, I don't know. I'm just not seeing anything great here. Alright, so we'll just get to this last stack here. And like I said, I'll try to show you anything interesting here. Here's a stamp and a half, so that's a ripped in half flag there. That's not cool. Here's an old 29-cent stamp from the night, or 25. That's from the 80s or so. And the same exact stamp there. Another, so many flags. It's ridiculous. Flags and Christmas stamps. That's the theme of this one here. It's just absolutely. There's another Christmas stamp there. There's again yet another one of those. So you're guaranteed to get at least 12 of those probably. Another flag. Oh my gosh. I mean, again, I don't have pages for this nice Oklahoma stamp, but I dropped some on the floor. We're not going to worry about another one of those 4th of July ones. Here's a favorite of mine, the Oregon statehood from 1959, so that's not valuable. It's, it's probably worth a nickel on a good day here. This one here is some sort of spider web. What the heck is this stamp? I don't know what this is. I have no idea. It's almost like Woodstock or something like that. Some sort of USA Forever Woodstock. Now, they did have foreign packets, too. But I don't know what those cost. I didn't check those out. This was folded in half in there. That's crazy. Some old 70s mail. Strange. I did get a foreign stamp in there. You're not supposed to get foreign stamps there. I don't know what. Japan. I got a Japanese foreign stamp in there, so that's weird. Here's a 32-cent stamp. That's really about as dreadful as one could ever get. It's missing corners. That's just garbage. So there's nothing usable in here. Another one of those. Here's a stamp that's folded in half. The basketball Naismith stamp. Unfortunately, it is obliterated with a cancel there, so that has no value. More Liberties Forevers. Here's an old Roosevelt stamp there. I mean, somebody's saying, wow, cool, but it's interesting how all these cancels here are just there's an equality stamp there. Boy, we're already at 13 minutes here. Another one of these. You can still get those at the post office. Big time. Here's an old airmail stamp here. 13-cent. That has absolutely zero value. A bunch of the H stamps there. Tollware. I think I recently used one of those. And again, it's ridiculous when these are stamps you can just get at the post office. There's another Eisenhower stamp there. Oh my gosh, if I see any more of these, I've got probably about 25. It'd be interesting, maybe after the end of the video. I think what I'm going to do at the end of the video here is maybe do a tabulation on the most common stamp that I found in here. So there's 150 mixture. There's 2 stamps there. Bad condition. And we're down to a few more here. More flags. And then also I went to Target and there was absolutely nothing on the shelves. But if you wanted Funko Pops and figurines, they were just loaded with those sort of things. But the records section was practically bare. There was nothing there. No deals. There was no sales on anything. That was a weird thing. Unless they're in another part of the store. Lots of those too. Lots of those. Yet another one of those. Here's an old Washington. This would have been sought after at one point, but it basically has probably a 5 or 10 cent value, really. One of these, and again, I keep dropping stamps on the floor. That has no value. And here's part of somebody's letter, but I can't read it. I don't know. 1984 2B something or other, or 2C, I don't know. Buddy, no idea what that is. and then a couple of these. So that was one of the worst stamp grabs. Grab bag. That is the worst stamp grab bag I think I have ever gotten in my entire life. So I'll do a little bit of recap, I guess. And thank you for watching.